Hey, this is Lacey, your Las Vegas gal, coming to you live from my quarantined house in Las Vegas. I'm not actually quarantined, but the city has been asked to basically close down all non-essential businesses for the next 30 days. So many of us are kind of holed up in our house trying to do our best to avoid contact with other people and really just, doing our best to kind of stay on top of everything. I am bringing in Amber Coleman in just a moment. You can probably hear her a little bit in the background. She's gonna be here to help answer any concerns or questions related to loans, your bank, your car, just anything that we've heard. Basically, we're gonna try to answer your questions, and we're really gonna do our best to try as best as we can to calm your fears. Our goal is to make sure that you understand that this is not the end of the world. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to come out of this. Yes, we will feel it economically. Yes, we're going to feel it on the home front when it comes to buying and selling homes from my business's standpoint. And so many small businesses around the country are going to suffer and might end up having to close because of this. So, there's a lot circling in the air. A lot of people are stressed and concerned. And I know that, we're just doing our best to give people the best answers that we have based on our inside knowledge of the industry. So I'm going to add my girl Amber to the situation here. Hi, Amber. How are you?
Hi, in Lacey fashion. Hey, hey.
Hey, this is Lacey and Amber here to please your day, I guess. So, um,
Yeah.
so Amber, let's just talk about some of the things that we're hearing and experiencing with our personal clients as it relates to mortgages or buying and selling their houses, so that we can just share with people what's happening here, especially with all the casinos closing, all the gaming being stopped in the city since last night at midnight. There's a lot of people that are stressing out, and I just want to bring them some hope and some guidance in this process.
Yes, let's do it. Okay.
So what are your thoughts on, or what are you feeling? What are your thoughts on some of the feedback you've gotten today, some of the phone calls you've gotten? I know you and I have been nonstop since first thing this morning getting phone calls from everybody we know.
It has been, and my heart goes out to the people that are working for casinos. I know there's a lot of anxiety out there with all of it. As far as a mortgage company, I know we have a hotline for people that are in these situations where there's high anxiety for them to call in and let them know the situation, and then we'll do whatever we can to help them out. I know that Fannie and Freddie and all the big companies are coming out with this stuff too. So as we get information about the hotlines, we'll share it with everybody so that you guys know who to call if you're struggling with anything like that.
Yeah. So that is something that's important to know. There's been a lot of discussion about, oh, they're going to let us, forego our mortgage for a year or 90 days or 20 days or 12 days. There's been just so many rumors and conversations happening. And it's important to know that we don't have the answers either. None of us have the final answer of what's going to happen. And that's the important part of this conversation is it's ever changing, and we need to be prepared for that change. We need to be okay with that change. We need to be ready for everything to change tomorrow based on what we say today. So I just want to, I guess, disclaim this media or this video with, we understand that you want answers and we're going to give you the best answers we can, but please expect change to come, because that's the only way we know how in this moment is change, through change.
That's the nature of today, right? It's
Yes.
change.
Some of the phone calls I've been receiving from clients have been, because we do a lot of out-of-state clients, people who want to move to Las Vegas, and start a whole new life. A couple of the conversations that I've been having are circling around, should I even come anymore? Should I even bother investing in Vegas? Is Vegas going to be kaput and no longer the city that it was building up to be? So my main conversation with people, my answer to those questions is very, very much, you should absolutely still plan to move here, and you should just know that Las Vegas is as resilient as they come, if not more, than many of the cities that I've seen around the world. We know how to scrape up our knees, and we know how to stand up, and we know how to figure it out and evolve with the punches and roll with the punches. So what's your take on that?
Very much the same. And honestly, this isn't just a Vegas thing. This is a worldwide thing.
Yep.
So, all of us are going to be making it through it together. But what I've had today, the calls that I've had coming in today, because just like we said in the future, can you hear me okay, Lacey?
Yeah, you're a little muffled, but yeah, I can hear you okay.
Okay. Um, so what the phone calls that I've been getting, and the phone calls for people buying houses hasn't stopped.
Yep.
And like today I got a contract, and the listing agent called me and they said these guys wrote an offer $15,000 less than the going price. And so I wasn't expecting to get it because he said there was multiple offers on it. They sent it over today. And I've
So that
had
means that they
people
got it. That means they got it.
that means they got it. They got
Yeah.
the offer because the people had a stable job.
Yeah.
So and then I've had other calls saying that can I go? And by the way, that was that $20,000 program that we've talked about so much on the channel.
Yep.
So that it got the house in. So and then I've had other people call me like wanting to go out looking right away because before this happened they couldn't find anything.
Yep.
So there's some, I know it's a dark time, but there's always some good that happens at any time.
Yeah, and I think it's important to know too, like, so you're on the loan side, you're hearing from real estate agents all over the city, right? You're not just talking to me and my team. So this isn't a confined experience that you're speaking about. You're talking about clients who work with every type of client, every type of agent all over the city. Same thing for us. So our team is getting blown up by people who still really definitely want to buy. And we've even got people who are like, I'll get in the car today. I'm coming to Vegas tomorrow. Let's go look at houses. So our team has had to put some precautionary measures in place when it comes to showing houses, because that's, this is a scary time. We don't want to be walking into people's houses, coming in contact with others, touching their refrigerator, touching their counters, their doorknobs. Like, we just want to be really careful. So we've made some adjustments, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But with that being said, we still have people who want to spend money here and want to buy. And many of them are not expecting to get massive discounts on their houses. We're going to fight for that. We're going to want to negotiate the heck out of whatever we can do for you. But what I'm encouraged by is that there are people who still want to buy. We have had clients have to cancel their trips, and that's mainly because they can't get here physically. They can't fly here, and that's okay because every one of them is saying, don't worry, as soon as this passes, I'll be booking the next flight out. So it's been a really encouraging conversation throughout the last couple of days with each of our clients. There have been a few that have been definitely laid off as a part of the casinos closing, and unfortunately we've had to look at canceling or postponing or asking for extensions, and many of the times those extensions are being granted without even hesitation. So yeah, it's just been kind of a weird experience, but I think the thing I'm most encouraged by is that people have money, people still want to buy, and they want to put that money in our city. So one of the other things that we're seeing come through is a lot of rumors related to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and all these, these FHA programs, all these programs and loan programs that are, through the government. People are asking, oh, am I going to be able to put my payments off? Or, oh, are they going to give me a special deal now? Like, there's a lot of that stuff going on. We don't know. We don't know the answer to that. What we do know is what we're going to talk about today. But I'm starting to see comments coming through bringing that up. And I just want to make sure everybody knows we just don't know, and we'll let you know when we do know. So super important. I did get a question that just came through a moment ago asking, are there any, or have you heard of any conversations about home buying assistance programs that are directly related to the coronavirus situation? Do you know of any?
Yes, I do. Sorry, I think there's a delay, so I apologize. Well, I know that they're talking about it. Remember, this just came up, so everybody's just kind of flying by the seat of their pants right now to be able to catch up with it. Everybody walks in, as far as in the mortgage industry, really in any industry, trying to just figure out what's going to happen that day. So I know that they're talking about it. They're talking about programs. They're talking about any ways that they can help, but obviously that kind of stuff has to get passed through several different layers, and before it gets passed, they're probably going to want to put all attention into getting rid of the problem first, and then helping people. But I wouldn't doubt that once it does go away, then there's going to be plenty of programs that come out to help. Can I add to that question about the credit to, like, with the payments and stuff? So the only thing that I'm concerned with like the mortgage payment help and stuff like that is that people will just stop making their payments. I wouldn't do that. Like, I would highly recommend call your mortgage company and have them walk you through so that they can extend your payments down. Because if you just stop making them without making a phone call, then your credit's going to go bad. It's going to take time to recover, and you don't want to replace one bad situation with another.
That's really good advice.
If the mortgage company is involved, then they can stop it from hitting your credit report.
And that's the thing I think we should touch on, because, back when the economy crashed back in the day, I don't want people to think that this is that, because this isn't that. This is a completely different situation. Back then, it was habit and encouraged by many people to all their friends and family. Hey, I stopped making my payments, and I've been living in my house rent-free and mortgage-free for a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever it is, because they might have fallen through the cracks. That is not this. The banks are absolutely far more prepared. this time around than they were the last time around, and it's for different reasons this time. So while I know things are happening very quickly, I know that they're really gearing up for a lot of these incoming calls, and they're ready to speak with their clients. So step one, if you're wondering what to do, if you have lost your job, or you're just trying to make sure that you're going to be okay for the next month or two while we figure out what's going on, call your lender, call your mortgage servicer. If your mortgage is with Amber Coleman or with Guild Mortgage, they've got a hotline set up, and you can go online and get that information. If not, call whoever it is, Bank of America, Chase, whoever owns your home loan, who you make payments to, call them. And then basically just let them know, what can I do to postpone or delay, or defer my payments. Be prepared, though, to repay what you owe. A lot of people think them deferring payments or putting them off for a few months means you don't have to make those payments. Trust me, you will have to make those payments at some point. They'll end up at the very end, probably, of your loan. But to call and inform them and work with those banks and those mortgage servicers is going to be a far better experience, to your point, Amber, versus not necessarily getting that conversation going and just deciding to take your future into your own hands.
Yes. I mean, and we don't, like I said, we don't want to. Oh, I'm sorry. I think we have a delay, so I apologize if I cut you off. But we don't want like a bad situation to become a worse, because when it all goes over, eventually you're going to want to just move on with your life. So credit's a big part of life. So that's the only thing that kind of made me a little bit nervous when it came to missing payments, is that mindset might be the case, and I think that mindset's going to cause some future problems.
That's a really good point. And then if you have lost your job, unfortunately, due to the coronavirus situation, I can't even fathom the numbers that's going to be starting to climb to in the next week or so. I'm just devastated looking at all the amazing workers here in Las Vegas who are experiencing that. File for unemployment as soon as you can. Our news station here is stating that we really want you to be filing online. They prefer for you to file online versus try to call, because the phones are jammed. There's nobody that's going to get through. So do take the time, try to file that unemployment as soon as possible online, so that you can at least replenish some payments and still continue to pay some of your bills or feed your family. So I think that's the best advice on that front.
Mm-hmm.
I do know we have a little delay, so sorry about that, guys, if you're seeing it. I'm not seeing it on my end, but maybe I'm hoping we're not too jumbled for everybody. If you have questions, please feel free to drop into the comments, and we'd be happy to answer them as we go. I did want to mention just briefly some information that we received from some of the home builders here in Las Vegas, because keep in mind, people aren't just buying resale homes, they're buying and building homes from scratch here in Las Vegas. So many of the people who are, I have several clients who are in contract right now for brand new homes. Many of them are being reached out to by the actual builders letting them know business as usual, we're operating, functioning fine, we're just not in the office. Many of the new homes are only taking appointments to see the actual models. And a lot of times they're asking for pre-qualification before you do that, to make sure that you deserve to be walking around the models in case you might be a carrier or might be sick. So that's an adjustment that we've had to make. But some great news that's come out of it is a lot of these builders have standing inventory, which means homes that might have fallen out of contract previously that are just sitting there empty. And many of them are offering really awesome deep discounts on these standing inventory homes. So now Bingo's upset or excited about it. I don't know which one. But what's great about that is, if you can go online and do a virtual tour of the home, and you can contact me or someone from my team, we can go and do an appointment for you, so you don't have to be here, and walk through the house and do a video tour so you know what it looks like. You could essentially buy the house virtually through everything that we're able to do. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, because so many of our buyers are not able to get here physically right now, but they still do want to invest and put their money in the market, let us know if that's something that you want to look at. We do a lot of new homes, and we have really great relationships with the new home builders, and they are ready for your business right now. So let me know. I'm going to paste the link that you can reach out to us by in the comment section here in a moment. My dog is wanting my attention. If you can't see his little nose here, he's wanting my attention right now. He's tired of being on his stinking phone all day today. Excuse me, Bingo. Thank you. I'll put this in the comment section. Have you been hearing from anybody in the new home communities?
Have I been hearing from anybody in the new home communities?
Yes.
Not yet. I haven't heard of any, because the home communities that I'll do a lot of work with, they don't have a lot of standing inventory right now. I think they're just trying to figure out which direction they're going right now.
Mm-hmm. The system is not going to let me, for some reason, add that link. So after we're done with this video, I'll go into the description of the video and I'll add that link for you guys. Please click the link. It'll alert me immediately. You can contact our team. We can set up an appointment. We'll get you on a phone with us in the next day or so, and we can talk about what you might want to do if you still want to buy. If you don't want to buy, we totally understand, but we're not seeing that. We're seeing a small slowdown. We're just not seeing a massive slowdown just yet. So it's very encouraging.
Yeah, for sure.
Amber, are there anything that you're worried about in the next few days or that you're preparing for personally that you would want to share?
Well, like I don't know about personally, but what I'm trying to tell clients right now, because I keep getting the calls, that people, they still want to buy, they just don't want to come out, or they can't come out right now. So what I'm trying to do is just get them set up and get all their paperwork from them so that once this passes, they can come here, look at houses. They're just ready to go.
Yep.
with the buying process. So
Yes.
it's a good time right now to catch up on the paperwork and the steps so that once we are ready and the city's back open, all the stuff is passed, because it will pass. That's kind of what I can just keep telling myself, because this will pass. Everything, the sun's still rising, it's still setting, so this will come and this will go.
Yeah, I think the biggest message is don't panic, right? Just don't panic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard to say that when the entire world is shutting down. I have no words, honestly, but we're just trying to take it hour by hour and day by day, and we just wanted to encourage all of you to do the same and just to not panic and to not put Vegas in some hole, in a box in the garage that tells you, oh, I'll look at that later. I was dreaming of that someday, but I'll look at that thing next time. I'm not really going to think about it now. We're here for you if you still have questions. We want to make sure you know that. So let me talk a little bit about what our team has made adjustments to in terms of our clients, and maybe you can talk about what you guys are doing as well. I want to make sure that my dogs are going crazy right now, of course. Our team is in the position right now to where we are working with active buyers. There are many of them that are already in town ready to look. So we've had to make the hard decision of only allowing people to look at homes if they're willing and ready to buy within the next 90 days. And the reason we're doing that is what we don't want to do is disrupt sellers who are trying to sell their home. They're trying to self-quarantine. We're trying to all do the right thing here and bringing ancillary or random people to walk through and look at their home who might not be buying until later this year or early next year. We're really trying to focus on active buyers who are ready very soon so that it makes it worthwhile for everybody to be engaging in this type of encounter. We may come to a place to where the Nevada Real Estate Division tells us we're not allowed to show homes anymore, anything that's not vacant. And if that comes up, then of course that'll be one of the changes that happen after we're done with this. So that's what we're doing. What are you guys doing, Amber, in your office to just kind of come around all of this?
Well, what I've been telling my team on a daily basis is to try not to stress over what we don't have control over. Because if we can't control it, there's no point in stressing. I know there's a lot of pressures and anxieties out there. As far as my team, we're working for a big mortgage company. They give us laptops that are secured, so all of us can work from home and not miss a beat.
That's great.
On anything.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of keeping everybody calm, through all of this storm that we're going through right now.
Yeah. We've, I don't know if you've seen this from other teams or other real estate agents, but our team has been actually very successful in writing into our contracts that we're able to cancel if the client and get your money back if the client loses their job due to the COVID-19 coronavirus, or if something is delayed or whatever due to that, and they've been accepting them no problem. We've written 3 or 4 contracts in the last 2 days. And frankly, we're still putting listings up as well. We're just going to probably be leaning heavily on like virtual open houses, virtual tours, and things like that until we know it's safe to be bringing people through, especially people with small children or elderly people living with them. We want to be really, really careful. But, while being careful, we are still absolutely writing offers, having them accepted, making alterations to what we're doing, and still rocking and rolling. So I feel really positively about that. And I think, the bottom line message for us and for us to our clients is real estate is a long-term investment, right? I mean, we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
So when people get it in their head or start listening to social media rumors and start getting super negative, it really breaks my heart because it's the wrong way to look at real estate. People, the prices have gone down and they're never going to come back up. That's BS. And you know why I know it's BS? Because the historical data shows that that's BS. So same thing with the last time when we had the market crash due to the financial crisis we had in 2007 and 8. It's BS. People said it would never recover. We were never going to come back. But if you look back at 100 years of real estate, even 50 years, no matter how many dips have happened, the real estate prices have always recovered at some point. So it's a long-term investment for that reason. All right, let me look and see if I can get some questions here. Tony Santos says, I was supposed to be in Vegas the 20th to 28th for the Gary Vee conference. Me too, dude. I was going to be there too. And search for homes. Tony, you better be working on that with our team or I'm going to beat you up. Trying to find the best time to make a trip seems very up in the air right now. Yep, it really is. And we're really encouraging our clients. We've had to have a few hard phone calls today. People who are like, hey, look, I can actually still book a flight. Should I book the flight? And we're like, no, you really shouldn't. You should honestly wait. We're sorry we're going to make you wait. But at the end of the day, we want you to be safe even we want to be safe. But beyond that, we don't know how long this is going to last. And we don't know if you'll get stuck in Vegas. We also don't know where you're going to stay because there's no hotel, no casinos, no nothing that's available right now. So I know that the hotels are still serving people, but they're winding that down in the next few days is what I've been told. Have you been hearing the same?
Yeah, there's some hotels. I mean, by the end of the week, you don't even know if they're still going to be opened.
Yeah, I don't think they're allowed.
There's many that are open right now, but with all that happened yesterday with the shutdown, I'm sure they're just winding their way down.
Yeah. So it is up in the air. So if you're thinking of coming to Vegas or trying to plan to, first of all, make sure you're going to be able to find a place to stay. And secondly, just make sure you chat with us before you come so we can put a real plan together on how to make sure we're serving your needs while you're here, keeping ourselves safe and you safe and the people who are selling their homes safe as well. If you're just interested in new homes, that's a pretty easy task for us to handle, at least as of today, unless they decide to close down. So we could certainly set appointments and buy gloves and masks and go about it the way we need to make sure that everybody's safe. So that's kind of my take on it. I'm just, we come on here as often as we can, Amber and I, to bring a sense of hope and a sense of light to a really dark situation. We know we're not saying much. We know we're kind of repeating ourselves right now because at the end of the day, we know as much as you do. But, we've found that we've become a little bit of a trusted source for a lot of you who've reached out to us very frequently. And we want to make sure that we show up as frequently as we can so that that, we're in this with you. We're not going to leave you hanging. And that, as much as the news wants to make you think that this is all doom and gloom, I'm here to tell you people are still buying houses. They're still putting in applications for loans. They're still applying for jobs out here, the ones that are still available, and they're still planning to move. I had a client come into town on Monday and pick up the keys to their brand new home. We did have a hiccup because of all the stuff, but they got their keys the next day and they're in their house now. So it's still happening. Life is still going on. And I just think it's super, super important for you to focus on that in the future and try not to stay tuned into the news all day long because that's going to bring you down to the ground.
Yeah, I've had to pretty much cut off all of that in my life too. I just tell my husband, just tell me the important stuff and then I'll follow it. But I wanted to reiterate to your point what you said about it being a long-term investment. So I keep talking to people even today and yesterday. I mean, sometimes in these kind of times that everybody, you kind of just need somebody to talk to. So if I need to be that person that somebody can talk to, then I'm happy to. I know that Lacey, you are too. That's kind of what we do. But I keep going in and telling them because they have anxiety. People that are buying right now and stuff. Should I buy? Should I not buy? And what I keep saying is that whether you buy or you rent, you're still going to be paying somebody a month. Mm-hmm. And that's what I like, a monthly payment. So you're still going to have to pay that monthly payment. And like a lot of these people are people that did do the grant program and stuff like that. And what I'm telling them is that you're buying this house, you're not putting any money down on it, you're not paying any closing costs. And by buying the house, depending on when you close, you can skip 30 to 60 days worth of payment. Yep. So that could buy you time until all this is over. When can you really get that kind of security when you rent something?
You can't. So, when you move in, you are expected to pay. In fact, that's funny you say that because my parents just closed on their house. It was the first week of March, and we purposefully had that closing happen in the inside of March in the first week so that they didn't have a payment until May. So they closed in March. They don't pay for March. Well, some of it they do because it's in their closing costs, but they don't pay for April, and they don't have to make a payment until May. So it is still smart to kind of proceed with that if it's in the cards for you, for sure.
Yeah, this buys a little bit of time with all this uncertainty.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So again, I know this video isn't jam-packed with all kinds of information to where you have to take notes like all of our other videos. And I don't know what our videos are going to look like as we move forward, but I just want you to know we are here for you. We're not panicking. We genuinely still believe that this is an amazing place for you to come and want to move to and live in. If you're already in Vegas, congratulations. Stay home though. Stay home. But at the end of the day, we are just super excited about the fact that we have become sort of a trusted resource for you, many of you who are looking to make Las Vegas your next home and to build out the next chapter of your life. We just want to maintain that relationship to make sure we're always going to give it to you straight. We're never going to BS you. If we don't know the answer, we will tell you we do not know the answer. And if we think it's going to be bad, we'll tell you it's going to be bad. We're not just sunshine and rose-colored shade glasses here. We are really just trying to give you what we know when we know it. So that's about it. I'm going to make sure to put our link for reaching out to me and Amber everywhere I can find a place to put it. On Facebook, I know we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube right now for the first time ever at the same time. So that's exciting. Big win for us today.
Yay!
And other than that, I just want to thank you for tuning in and thank you for just being a part of our community here. It's really important to us that we all stay connected, especially when we're all being told to move away from each other. 6 feet away? You mean I can't hug you? This is horrible. I'm a hugger. So any last words for anybody on here, Amber? I just want to make sure I give you a chance because I've been talking a lot.
Oh, no worries. We always love it when you talk, Lacey. You have that calmness about you, so you just keep us all smiling. I love it.
You're the only human on the planet that thinks I'm a calm person, so thanks, Amber.
But you have a calmness to your voice. But you're a mover and a goer, which is what we love about you, too. So
thank you.
I just wanted to say, be safe. If you need anything, if you have any questions, if you're, anything, regarding hotlines and stuff like that, we'll share them as we get them. I know everybody's working diligently to try to make sure that everybody feels safe, as far as finances go during this time of turmoil. So
yeah, awesome. Well, as soon as we know what the Fed is doing, as soon as we know what we're doing, we will let you know. Amber, before we hang up and finish this out, what's the current? How are you feeling about the rates? I forgot to mention the rates earlier.
Oh yeah, I meant to talk about the rates on this. So thank you for bringing that up. So just as everything is kind of like in a big major turmoil place right now, so are the rates. So like there's, typically like we've had these videos with the rates being so low, they're so low, they're so low. Every day is a new roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
And that really what it comes down to is there's been stories about the banks having supply and demand. Well, at one point the rates were so historically low. They were the lowest they've ever been before. I was locking people lower than I could about a week and a half ago.
Right.
And then all of a sudden the banks, everybody together jumped their interest rates up to stop the locking of loans.
Mm-hmm.
So, but day to day I've been seeing them go back down. They just haven't gone back down to where they were yet. So, that's kind of like a roller coaster ride every single day as well with the interest rates. And they're still very good, don't get me wrong.
Right.
And what they've tried to do is they've tried to curb the refinances so not as many refinances come in so that it leaves more room for the purchase market. So to purchase a house, you're going to get a very, very good interest rate. Refinances are not there yet, but they probably will be soon.
Yeah, I think people need to know, that's the first wave of phone calls we got was everybody who wanted to refinance. And we were like, dude, that's not what the government's trying to do. They're trying to get new money into the market, not give you more money at the end of the day to get a refinance and a reduction of your rate. So now is not the time for a refinance, but we will let you know when it's time, and we will be prepared to let you know and be ready for those phone calls. It is very much a time for the government and why they're doing it and why the banks are trying to mess with those rates as much as they can to implement and push those who have money to spend that money and put it back into the market.
Yes.
Sure. Wonderful. Well, thanks again, Amber, for hopping on as always. Sure do love you. Hope you're staying safe and staying healthy. Same thing goes for all of you watching. We really appreciate your attention, and please share this video if you found it to be helpful. This isn't as packed with good info as most of our videos are, but we're pretty proud of being able to just show up for you guys in this time of need, and thanks for being a part of our community. All right, see you later.
Bye, guys.